Hey everyone, thanks for joining us tonight. We're going to spend a little bit of time talking about our service SPY ATM Alerts, which is part of our Discord, which is called Trade Lab. And SPY ATM Alerts has been up and running on the Discord for a couple of months now, and hopefully we've got some people in the chat tonight that are already members, and they can help us answer some questions and tell you what they like about the system and how it's been working for them. But for all the new people, we're going to go through what SPY ATM is, how it works, what the performance is like, and we'll have a Q&A session at the end of the presentation. So make sure to jot any questions down and we'll answer those once the presentation is done in about 10 minutes. And for those of you that are already with SPY ATM, we're going to tell you about some of the new features in version 1.1. So let's get into it. What is SPY ATM? If you look down here, Russell has given us this really awesome slogan, 20% in 20 minutes. And that really sums up the system. The trades on average last about 20 minutes. Some can be just a couple of minutes, some can be a couple of hours, but by far the average is about 20 minutes, and we're targeting a 20% profit using SPY options. It's a simple daily system that trades SPY options at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time, and it always buys at the money contracts. And this is where we get our name, SPY ATM, at the money. And these first 2 points here were very important to me when I was creating the system. I wanted to make sure we were trading the same ticker at the same time with a predictable options contract. If you've been in a few alert services before, then I'm sure you've witnessed trades being posted at random times with random tickers and random options contracts. And by the time you see the alert, if you even see the alert, because you've got to be glued to your computer screen to even see it, but by the time you see it and you get into your brokerage account and you pull up that ticker and you pull up that options contract, you've probably missed the trade. It's already moved uh, in the favor of the alert and you've missed the entry. We wanted to make sure that that wouldn't be an issue with SPY ATM. So we're always looking at SPY, and you can also do this on SPX. We could talk about that later. It just depends on your account size. So you'll be looking at the same ticker every day. It's always at the same time at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time, and you know about which contract we're going to be buying. You're not going to have to scroll up and down the options chain. We're looking right at the money, so an at the money call or an at the money put. And the system will target about a $300 spend per trade per $2,000 in account size. And here's something that's new with version 1.1. Each alert is now going to include a suggested contract size for multiple account tiers so that you can scale up or scale down based on your capital. So if you've got a $2,000 account, we'll tell you how many contracts to buy. If you've got a $5,000 account, we'll tell you how many contracts to buy. If you've got a $10,000 account, we'll tell you how many contracts to buy. So it takes all the guesswork out of it. The system is designed for all account types, even small cash accounts. The entry logic is based on short-term momentum, so these are fairly quick trades, and it skips trades if the conditions aren't favorable, which will save you from unnecessary losses. Now here are 4 things that I think you're going to like about the system, and some of these we've already gone over, but number one, the alerts come in at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. You market order into the alert, so you don't have to worry about limit ordering and whether your order is going to fill. You just market order in right away. You set an OCO order, your take profit and your stop loss. Whichever one fills first, the other one cancels. That's what OCO is. And that's it. There's a clean risk to reward. Every trade alert includes a very clear stop loss and a very clear take profit. We tell you exactly where you should be getting in and out of these trades. There's no Greeks to look at, no spreads to deal with, no guesswork. We give it all to you in the alert. And again, this works with small accounts. You can safely do this with account sizes of $2,000 and up. And it's walkaway friendly. You place your OCO order and you go. There's no need to monitor the position all day. Here are the results from January 1st, 2024 to July 1st, 2025. You can see down here SPY and the Qs if you just to buy and hold those with $2,000. And up here is SPY ATM. If you were to start with $2,000, here's what your profit looks like with SPY ATM. So it's generated over $5,587 in profits over 294 trades over the last 19 months, which is a 279% ROI. And this chart does not include scaling. So we're looking at a fixed position size of a $2,000 account. So even as your account grows here, we're not scaling the contracts. This is just the system with $2,000 allocated, and that is not what would happen in the real world. In the real world, once you hit one of these higher levels, once you're at $5,000, you're going to scale up and add more contracts, which is going to cause this number to rise even quicker. And here's what that looks like. This is our scaled performance and results. So again, SPY and QQQ are down here, and here's SPY ATM, and you can see it really takes a turn right here. As somewhere in here, we're starting to add more contracts because the account is growing, and by the time we get here, we're probably doubling the contracts that we were taking down here. So that's the real power of this system, is compounding your growth. And this has generated almost $10,713 in profits, which again, the other system was $5,500. So this is almost double if you compound and scale up as you go. And that's a 436% ROI. And again, we give you the suggested contract sizes for different account tiers in every alert to help you scale responsibly. So we want to make sure you don't scale too fast. We want to make sure you don't put 80% of your account into one trade, because this will quickly turn into this if you do something like that. But if you scale responsibly, like we have outlined in the alerts, this is what you can expect. All right, so the old version, the win rate was 73.7%, which was still phenomenal. But the new version, we've managed to bump that up to 77.37%. And that's with version 1.1. And that is over 274 trades taken. The win rate has gone up because we are more picky about the trades that we get into. So the system will skip trades when conditions aren't favorable, and we'll talk about that in the next slide. But we have tightened up those parameters, and that has caused the win rate to go up and the profitability to go up. That does mean we're taking less trades, but that's not a bad thing. And I don't have a slide for this, but this will be in our trade logs that we'll share with everyone through Google Sheets during the webinar. But on a $2,000 account, the average win is $61, and the average loss is $118. So it's really easy to recover from your losses. You get a $118 loss, 2 wins, back to back, and you've recovered that loss and you're in a little bit of profit. So very easy to recover from losses with the system. All right, so how do we manage risk? As we've already discussed, the system is designed to be selective, and it avoids trading when the conditions aren't favorable. And from January 1st, 2024 to July 1st, 2025, it skipped 99 out of 373 possible trading days, which is about 27% of the time. And it skips based on insufficient momentum or excessive volatility. Now, these 99 trades that we skipped, do some of those trades actually end up winning? Yes, a lot do, but enough of those lose that it makes more sense to sit those out, and that's why we do that. But for those of you that like to apply your own technical analysis, even on skip days, we still post what the alert would have been. So that way you can use that as a starting point for your own setup. Personally, I'm not doing that. I'm taking the alerts as I see them, but I know some of you are more active in trading, and there's even a couple of people in our group right now that don't take the alerts as they are. They use it as starting point. But you've already seen the results of just taking the alerts as they are, so my recommendation is that you do that unless you are very, very skilled at trading, which, let's be honest, 95% of us think that we're very skilled at trading, but 95% of us are not skilled at reading charts and trading, especially a 0 DTE at the money option that moves very quickly. So all right. So during this period, the max drawdown was just 14.36%. And the max drawdown is looking at the highest point to the lowest point. So you can think of this as what the max drawdown you'll see likely will be. But the true max drawdown of the system is higher if you were to start on the absolute worst day possible. That max drawdown is more in the range of 20 to 25%. Now you've got to be really unlucky to get in during that time, but obviously somebody somewhere will get in during that time. So I like to put that out there that, you know, for most people, your drawdown is just going to be about 14, 15%. But if you see a drawdown that's 20 or even 25%, don't panic. It happens with the system. It happens with any system. 25% drawdown is absolutely manageable and totally fine for an options trading strategy. So don't worry about it. Even if you buy and hold SPY or the Qs, there is drawdown. So don't let the drawdown worry you. This is the biggest mistake that I see traders making is they come in, they do a few trades, they get some wins, they're excited about the system, and then a loss comes and they're out. They do not want to do it anymore, and that does not make any sense, guys. You've got to think this through logically. Every system has drawdown. Every system has losses. If you quit during drawdown, you lock in your losses. If you stick it out, this is what happens. But you have to know that there are times within this that it's going like this. And you have to be willing to accept these little dips that come in if you want what's up here. So stick with it. Don't give up. We're all in this together. I take these trades. Lance takes these trades. We're all doing this together. Know what the drawdown is. You have access to the trade logs. If you join the Discord, they'll be in there. So you can see how things work out over time. Stick with it. Keep your positions consistent and keep showing up every day, and you'll be fine. All right, so let's look at some of the real costs. The average contract price from January 1st, 2024 to July 1st, 2025 was $1.62. We saw a low of 73 and a high of 343, excuse me. And as mentioned earlier, the system is designed to allocate 300, I'm sorry, per 2,000 of account size. So each alert dynamically adjusts the recommended contract amount to stay near that target. And again, we include the suggested sizes for multiple account tiers so that you can scale based on your capital. So what do I mean by that? What do I mean by the system adapting dynamically and automatically? Well, let's go through an example. If a contract is priced at $1 and you're trading on a $2,000 account, the alert is going to suggest that you take 3 contracts because a $1 contract is really $100 and 3 contracts, 3 times 100 is 300. That gets you to your target of 300 per $2,000 of account size. If the contract is $3, so again, 3 times 100, that's what your actual cost is, $300. That meets your target of 300 per 2000. So it's going to do that for you automatically in the alert. And if you're just getting started, regardless of what your account balance is, even if you're coming in with $100,000, $200,000 account, I really recommend that you just use the minimum contract size during your first week or two. Just pretend like you have a $2,000 account and take the minimum, just so you can get familiar with how everything works. You'll feel more comfortable if you do it that way. So some final thoughts. SPY ATM is clean, fast, and profitable. We have proven performance. We'll provide you with the trade logs from January 1st, 2024 up until today. Later in the live stream, we'll probably go through a little bit of the Discord and show you some of people's actual screenshots and comments of their profits. The entries are easy. You're trading the same ticker at the same time every day, and there's a clear stop loss and take profit target. And again, it's small account friendly. You can do this with a $2,000 cash account, and you don't have to worry about any pattern day trading rules if you're using a cash account. So thank you for your time. We're going to jump into some questions, and I think we're going to also have a drawing for some free prizes, or just one free prize. I'm not sure. Russell will let us know. So thanks again, guys.